And ideally have a wall space nearby, perhaps, if you want it. Unless you're ninjas and you don't need a wall, then awesome. So we're going to start seated to look into the breath. So come to cross-legged. Okay, so bring the backs of the hands to fold over the knees, connect the index fingers to thumb and stretch the other fingers away. Lift up tall through the spine and long through the arms. So closing the eyes, start to tune in with that deeper ujjayi sound to the breath. Particularly on the exhale, to start to become aware of Mula Bandha, that deeper pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, drawing navel to spine. And really concentrating on keeping the awareness with those two bandhas for the practice. They're going to help support particularly inversions, balance work, keeping that control through the body. And the third bandha is Jalandhara in the throat. So just have a sense of your chin drawing towards the throat slightly. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. And enabling your ujjayi breath to keep rolling through. Going to work just a couple of rounds of Kapalabhati breath. That's pulsing of the exhale. Just allow the inhalation to sort itself out. You stay breathing through the nose. If it feels too uncomfortable or you're new to it, you're welcome to kind of just continue with an ujjayi breath or just watch and try it out. Whatever pace works for you, aim for about 20 to 40 rounds, depending on your kind of experience with it. So we're going to take a full breath in together to prepare. And then just fully empty that breath. The next inhale. And then the following exhale, begin to pulse the Kapalabhati. Fully exhale, fully inhale, and empty that breath. Lift the hands up to the ceiling, interlace the fingers and press the palms up. We'll take our second round here. So again, work at whatever pace feels good for you. Even if you're quite experienced with this breath practice, try this time to slow it down but intensify the squeeze so that we are warming up that deeper core structure and diaphragm. Take a full breath in to prepare. And exhale to begin. Fully empty your breath. Full inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms down to the sides of the body. So you may have just snotted all over yourself, which is fine. Go with it. We're in isolation. Just roll your head from one side to the other. Loosen up your neck a little bit. And then come straight over into all fours. We'll get straight into the wrists warm up. So stretching the fingers open to the floor. Find the scrunching of the hands to start with, so the knuckles of the fingers are lifted, the fingertip pads are on the ground. Rocking forwards and backwards. As you rock forwards, have a sense of pushing up through the shoulders. You're really broadening out shoulder blades, finding that protraction through them. Turn the fingers out to face the sides, rocking side to side on the hands. And then turn the fingers back to face your knees. Transferring weight between them, acknowledge each knuckle, each fingertip. And turn the hands around to face each other, so turn them in and maybe a little bit further around, so it feels like a more awkward way to turn your hands. Again, straightening the arms, transferring weight from one side to the other. And then spin them around to face the front again. So just flip the back of your right hand to the floor without putting too much weight into it. Keep the fingers stretched open so fingernails stay to the ground. Straighten up the elbow and rotate the forearm. And then as you exhale, wing the elbow out to the side and maybe reach it forwards. Feel the stretch through the ribs as well. So straighten and rotate the forearm. So crease of the elbow faces forwards and then bend the elbow out to the side. Just take that one more time. And then holding it straight with that rotation, scrunch up your hand as tight as you can and relax it. Scrunch it, keep the back of the hand on the floor, you're just scrunching and opening the hand as tight as you can. Keep the elbow really straight and rotated. And then next time you scrunch up the hand, hold the scrunch. And then release it, release the hand, switch sides, so back of the left hand to the floor, stretch the fingers open, keep the fingernails down, straighten and rotate the elbow, and then bend the elbow out to the side and reach it forwards. Straighten and rotate. This is Sarah's moment to shine with your weirdly hypermobile elbows. They're having a great time in this one. So next time, hold it straight with the rotation and scrunch up your hand, feel the forearm contract. And relax it, and scrunch it, and relax it. Keep the elbow straight, scrunch it, and relax it. You could open the hands, so hands flat to the ground. So keep the fingers open and fully connected to the floor. So push down through the finger knuckles and through the fingertip pads, and then lift up the palms at the same time they lift. Slowly lower the palms down at the same time. Lift the palms up. Place the palms down. Keep it going. If that feels easy, shift your shoulders forwards and then try again. Keep it going. Pushing up and slowly down. If that's feeling easy, then add in the lift of the knees. So you're lifting the palms up, tuck the toes, lift the knees up. Place the palms down and place the knees down. Palms up, knees up, palms down, knees down. Either take another 4 there or come into plank position and try 4 from plank. So little dip into the elbows and push up onto the fingers. Make any sound effects you need to. Don't worry if it doesn't happen, you can just give it a try. It takes a little while to get it. Last one, and then come back into all fours. So from here, last one, we're going to bring the forearms to the ground, back of the fists to the floor, so the knuckles are touching under the chest, like King Kong kind of feeling. Keep the back of the hands on the floor and then straighten the elbow or lift the elbows up. So if you spend a lot of time on your hands, the wrists and the forearms can be quite tight and this might feel fairly horrendous. Bend back into the elbows and straighten back up again. Whoa, it feels horrible. Bend. So if your wrists start to get tired through the practice, take a few of these just to help ease out the pull of the wrists. Or a reminder, I need to do this more often. And then release it. Sit back onto the tiptoes, reach the arms out in front of you. Turn the palms to face the floor. You see me. Scrunch up the hands again so the hands are fists. And then knock the fists down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Keep it going as fast as you can. And then pause, turn the palms in to face each other and knock the fists in and out, in and out, in and out. My bingo wings going there. Lift the hands up to the ceiling. Go forwards, back, forwards, back, forwards, back. And turn the fists in to face each other, in and out. Oh. Out to the sides, go down and up. Palms forwards, back and forth. Ay caramba. And then relaxing, give the hands a shake out. Okay, come into all fours again. And then walk the arms out in front of you to stretch out the shoulders, come through a puppy stretch. Have a little wriggle into it, take a couple of deep breaths. Pressing through the hands, come back through to all fours, palms to the ground, tuck the toes, come into a downward facing dog, and paddle through the feet. So take a deep squat through the knees and then just shift your bum over towards the right. So keep the squats, just reach your hips over to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, shift the hips over to the left. Keep a squat of the legs. Inhale, come through center. One more time by the side. Exhale, reach over to the right. Inhale, through center and through to the left. Inhale through center. Bring the gaze to your hands. Bend the knees. Start walking the feet up to forward fold at the top of the mats. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Just swaying. Hold on to elbows. Anywhere that feels good to loosen yourself up. Staying at the base of the fold. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, slowly rolling up to standing. Bring the arms overhead as you rise. Interlace the fingers together and through the palms to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release the hands all the way back through to the feet. Forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, step the feet back to plank position. Holding plank, take a breath in. Exhale, half chaturanga, knees and chest. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra, shoulders down. Exhale, come back through to your downward facing dog. Bring your feet in a little bit closer and turn the feet out like a little ballet stance. So heels together, toes open. In tailbone reaching up to the ceiling and push through the hands so the chest is pressing back through the armpits. Get that opening through the chest line. Try to straighten up the back of the leg if it feels available for hamstrings. So from here, keep the left foot on the ground, reach the right toes towards the ceiling. And then if you can, use the left hand to grab hold of the inside of the left ankle and pull yourself in closer to that leg. Feel the right toes reach up, point through the right toes, so the energy is running straight through the leg. Belly button to spine on the exhales. Slowly bring the right leg down, replace the left hand. So bring that foot back into that turnout and then left leg up. And maybe bringing right hand to inner ankle to squeeze in. Feel the left toes reach higher, pointing up through those left toes. Belly to spine on your exhale. Think about those bandhas again. Slowly bring the foot down, replace the hand, bring the gaze to your hands, bend the knees. Step, walk or jump the feet up to the hands. Take a halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale as you rise, bring the hands up above the head. Exhale into NamaSTE here, hands at the sides of the body, palms forwards, fingers active. Have the big toes touching, but a little space between the heels. Spread the toes open into the floor. Lift tall through the crown of the head. Find the breath. Mula Bandha lifts up, Uddiyana Bandha pulls back. Coming through Sun A again. So inhale, lift the hands, bring the gaze to the thumbs. Reach up high. Dway, exhale, come into forward fold, Uttanasana. Trini, inhale, reach the chest forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump to your chaturanga on that one same breath. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. 3 full breaths. Keep it moving or keep it static. 2 more breaths. Last full breath. Bring the gaze to your hands, bend the knees, step, walk or float the feet up. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, squeeze into the legs. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, NamaSTE-at-home. Bring the hands to the sides of the body, palms forwards, open and tall through the posture. One last round of A. So inhale, reaching up. Dway, exhale, Uttanasana, palms stay flat to the ground. Trini, as you inhale, reach the chest forwards, look up. Exhale to Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths, 1. Exhale, lift the tailbone. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Bring the gaze to the hands, bend the knees, jumping up, find your halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, squeeze into the legs. Inhale as you rise, hands reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the sides of the body, NamaSTE-at-home. Coming into Sun B, so make sure the big toes are touching. We start with Utkatasana, chair pose, palms together. Pause here in this first one. Press the palms. If it's okay with the neck, look up to the thumbs. Sink the sit bones down towards the heels and try and pull the thumbs back up behind you so your spine is as straight as you can create it to be. So you feel the whole line of your back switched on. All those erector spinae, either side of the spine, active and working. Press the knees in together, get the glutes on. Pulling belly button to spine on your exhale. Take a last big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, squeezing into the legs. Look up, reach the chest forwards, inhale. Exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale to downward facing dog. Gonna inhale, lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, step through to between the hands, coming into warrior 1. Inhale, arms high, press the palms together, sink into that front knee. Exhale through Chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gonna inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step through to between the hands, turn the back foot. Inhale, reach the hands high, warrior 1. Hip bones are facing front. Exhale, Chaturanga. Keep breathing out until you're all the way down. Inhale, then lift the chest, shoulders stay down. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Pausing 2 full breaths. Inhale. Wrap the shoulder blades. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring the gaze to the hands and the knees, jumping up. Keep the palms flat, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale as you come back into chair pose, reaching the palms to ceiling, sit bones down. Exhale, come into standing, hands to the sides of the body. Inhale again, come into chair pose. Coming into twist here, so bring the left elbow to your right thigh, press the palms together, spin the shoulders, keep the knees in line with each other. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, right elbow to left thigh, press the palms together, keep the knees together. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, forward fold, palms flat to the ground. Halfway lift as you inhale. If you want to, take crow here. So come onto the tiptoes, find the knees up towards the shoulders and lean forward into it. Maybe toes lift, or maybe you're just playing around and try and take them up. Chaturanga, exhale, settle jump. Good, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right foot, bend the knee, open the hips. Keep the left heel squeezing down, the right knee reaching to the ceiling. On an exhale, step through to warrior one. Turn the back foot. Inhale, lift the hands. So from here, we take a little handstand chaturanga. And that isn't a handstand hold. We're just going to bring the hands to the floor, lift up the back foot, and then kick this front foot to the back of the mat as you land. Yes, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to downward dog. Left foot lifts up, take a breath in. Bend the knee, open the hips, the knee reaches the ceiling, press the right heel to the floor. On your exhale, step through to warrior one. Inhale, bring the hands to the ceiling. So as you exhale, hands to the floor, lift up the back foot, and then jump the left foot to the back of the mat. Yeah, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, the downward dog. 2 full breaths, inhale. Exhale. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Gaze to hands, bend the knees, jumping the feet up. Halfway lift, inhale, try to keep the palms flat. Exhale, fold into the legs. Come into chair pose, inhale. Exhale, come to stand. Hands to heart center and to the sides of the body. Let's do another round of B with variation. So inhale back into chair. Come back into the twist again, so left elbow to right thigh, pressing the palms together. And then see if you can maybe open out the hands. So left fingertips reach down, right hand reaches up. On your inhale, reach back through center. Exhale, right elbow to left thigh. Open the arms out if you want to. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, forward fold, maybe taking a crow again if you want to, knees to elbows or shoulders. See if you can straighten up the arms a little bit. Jump it back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot again, open the hips and bend the knees, squeeze the heel to the left glutes. You can drop onto your left forearm. Press back up onto the left palm. Step through, finding warrior one. Inhale, lift the hands. Adding in humble warriors, putting the hands behind the back. Open the chest. Forward fold to inside that front leg. So you can heel toe the front foot a little bit wider if you want to. Deepen the bend into the knee, so you want your forehead to be coming down towards that front big toe. See if your hair can touch the big toe. Good, guys. Push through the front foot. Take a big breath in as the arms lift. Exhale, hands down, hop chaturanga. So lift the back foot, hop it back as you lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left foot high, open the hip. Drop onto the right forearm. Press back up onto the right palm. Step through to warrior one. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, release the hands around behind you. Open the front foot out if it helps. Coming into humble warrior, exhale. Forehead to inner ankles. You can get the hair or the forehead to touch the big toe at the front. Open the shoulders, deepen the breath. Inhale, pressing all the way back up to warrior one. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to downward dog. 2 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. Gaze the hands, bend the knees. Step, walk or jump the feet up. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold into the legs. Deep bend in the knees, come into chair pose. Holding chair. Bring the hands out in front of you. We move into NamaSTE. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forwards. Sink lower towards the heels. Thread the head through the arms so your spine is parallel with the ground. Hold in. Sit lower into it. So you can let your spine start to tip so the hips sit towards the heels a bit more, but keep the arms parallel to the ground so you're pushing out through the palms. Hands to floor, come into crow pose, Bakasana. Good. Squeeze the big toes together. Focus on your drishti, lift the heels up towards your bum. Hold it. Straighten up the arms a little bit if you can. Hold it. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right foot high, bend the knee. If you want to, drop into wild thing, take the toes down, the right hand up. You can get those right fingertips to tap the floor behind you. And slowly bring it back over, lift the right toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, step through to warrior one. Inhale, lift the arms. Drop the left hand down the back of the neck, the right arm wraps around behind you, interlace the fingers if you can, or just press the hands in wherever they get to. Humble warrior again here, thinking left elbow coming to the floor. As low into that front leg as you can. On your exhale, push through the front foot, lift up, stretch the arms to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale to warrior two, realign the feet, so front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Reverse warrior, hands back thigh, right hand reaching up and over. Come onto the tiptoes of your right foot and sink into that front leg. Deep breaths into that right side of the rib cage. Lean over as far back as you can. Plant the heel to the floor again. Inhale, lift up through warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Walk the back foot in a little bit closer to come into Trikonasana, reaching forwards and hinging down. Either hand resting lightly to your front shin, or grab the big toe, or use a brick under that right hand, wherever you want to be. Chest leans back. Take the top hand to wrap behind your back, so the back of the hand against lower back, maybe finding the crease of the hip. We come into Ardha Chandrasana, your half moves, and look down. Take your underneath hand forwards onto a block if you want to, and lift the back foot. Keep that bind at the top arm so the shoulder stays drawing really back. Scoop in the bandhas, maybe you can lighten that underneath hand off your block or the floor, so maybe just one fingertip or no fingertips. Binding the back foot if you want to, so you grab hold of the ankle and use the ankle to open the chest. You can stay here or bring this up to your King Dancer. You have another 3 breaths wherever you want to go. You can lift it up. Last breath. Take the foot back again, coming into pyramid pose. So send the foot down, the toes all facing forwards like you're on train tracks. Folding forehead to shin. Maybe taking the hands forwards if you can, so your upper body is still in a downward dog feeling. Push the floor away from you so that you press your body against this front thigh. Take a block if it's helpful. Your left hand is coming to the outer side of the front foot. Right hand finds the lower back. Spin the shoulders, and then maybe lifting right hand up. So it's much easier if you have something under that left arm. Kind of depends on your arm and leg length as well, so not necessarily any tightness, just anatomy. So the more you can push into that front hand, the more the shoulders will turn. You can stay here for 3 breaths or take a revolved half move. So the left hand will come forwards, and again we float the back foot. Think inner thighs squeezing together towards the groin. Nice, it's a harder balance, huh? Float the foot back down again, take it towards the back of the mat to reopen towards your warrior two. Take a big breath in. Bring the arm forwards and down, extended side angles. So right hand to the outer side of that front foot, so the knees in your armpits, and then take the left hand overhead. You can stay here if you want to, or bring it into bind. So your right hand will then swap to the inside of the leg, top hand wraps over, and right hand wraps under the thigh. So try to use the right hand to grab the left wrist, to pull the shoulder open. You can stay here in the bind or come into your bird of paradise if you want to. And just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Some days you just want to stay still and work strong in stillness. Some days you want to move and play, you decide. If you've taken bird of paradise or any variations, nice. Start to bring yourself back through to the bind. Unravel, come back up through warrior two. Inhale. Lift both arms up to the ceiling, lift the back heel, so in a high runner's lunge. Bring your left elbow towards the right thigh, palm to palm, or the foresters amongst you. If you want to make a fist with the left hand and wrap the right hand on top of it, just keep that underneath wrist straight for a moment, and take that one. Again, either pausing here, back knee can go on the floor if you want to, loads of variations to play. So you can take a bind, taking a side crow split if you want to. We'll build into side crow a little bit later as well. But you take the hands to the floor and let your thigh drop onto the arms. So the legs lift off the floor and straighten out. So I've got my bum on the right elbow, my leg on the left elbow, like a little shelf for the legs to rest on. Nice. Come back into the lunge. Lift the hands up, take a breath in. Exhale, come through Chaturanga and roll through Vinyasa. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Slowly lower onto both forearms to dolphin. Press up, back onto the palms. Lower both forearms at the same time. Lift up onto the palms. So we work towards pincher. We have two rounds of this. So first pincher after this right side, and then we'll come back into it again after the left side. So for this first time, you might just want to use it as a drill to warm up, rocking the nose towards the thumbs and pushing back. But if you want to get straight upside down, then come to a wall if you want to, or without the wall, play around how you want to. Come back into downward dog. Unmute yourself if you have questions and anything, guys, okay? Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale to lift the left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip, drop into wild thing if you want to, or stay where you are. Left hand will leave the floor, reach it back behind you. Some of you that are more open through the back and shoulders, so the fingers can maybe touch the ground. Reverse the way you came, lift the left toes up. Exhale, step through to between the hands. Come into warrior one, inhale, arms high. Drop the right arm down the back of the neck, left arm comes around behind you, finding your Makasana arms. So maybe they lace behind you, maybe you just press the hands in. Take a breath in as you lift the top elbow. Exhale, bow forwards and down to humble warrior. Right elbow drawing down towards the ground. So you can get the elbow to rest into the floor. Deep breath. Pushing through the front foot, bring yourself back up. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, round to warrior two. Realign the feet. Take the right hand to back thigh, left hand reaching up and over, reversing the warrior. Lift up onto the tiptoes of the front foot and sink in towards that front leg. Reaching back as far as you can through this left arm, so left ribs feel open. Look up to the fold of the top elbow. Look up. Flatten the front heel, lift back up through warrior two, straighten the front leg. Just bring this back foot in a little bit closer, then reaching forwards and hinging Trikonasana. Reach up through the top hand again, look up towards the top thumb, lean the chest open. As light as you can through that underneath hand, so using those bandhas, belly to spine. Take the back of your top hand around the lower back and use that to lift the top shoulder further open. From here, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, so you come into half moon. You can have a block under this left hand if it helps. So taking the hand forwards and floats the back foot, comes straight up. Good. Back foot in line with the hip. Belly to spine, hips are stacked. See if you can lighten the underneath hand, maybe just resting onto one fingertip or no fingertips. And then about another 4 breaths to play with. So if you want to grab hold of the back foot, open out the hips and the shoulders, and then you can take that into King Dancer and standing pose if you want to, or stay where you are. And last couple of breaths. Start to release back to your half moon, and then stepping the back foot down, we're coming into pyramid. So both feet facing forward in that train track kind of position to hip width apart. Again, if the hands meet the floor, try to push the floor away so your torso is more into that downward dog feeling, pressing the body against that front thigh. Obviously, if it's too strong in the hamstring, there's a little bend into the front knee. It takes time to get into these hamstrings. Be patient. Coming into revolved Trikonasana, so right hand, maybe on a block, comes to the outer side of your left foot. The left hand comes to the lower back, push down through the underneath hand, let the shoulders turn. Make sure your back foot is pressing into the floor, and then maybe lifting the left hand to the ceiling, and if you can, look up. If it's too tricky for balance, looking out in line in front of you or down to the floor. And either stay where you are, come into revolved Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, with the right hand down, right foot lifts. Keep the shoulders facing that side wall. Reach out as straight as you can through that floating leg, so really, really active. And start to reverse the way you came. Take the floating foot or the back foot as far back to the back of the mat as you can. So we open back round into warrior two, lifting up. Left hand comes to the outer side of the front foot, extended side angle. So the front knee in the armpit, taking the top arm overhead. Maybe you wait here. If you want to play more, you take the bind as an option. So the left hand goes under the leg. Top hand reaches over, and it'll be your left hand grabbing the right wrist. You draw that shoulder back. Again, look up if we can, if it's okay with the neck. If you want to take this into easy bird of paradise, take the gaze down, hop the back foot up. Note this is your easy bird of paradise. I didn't add in the full bird of paradise today, but we can do that as another option some other time. Work your way back down if you took standing balance. Unravel your bind, lift the hands to the ceiling, lift the back heel, take a breath in. Exhale, bring the right elbow to the left thigh, palm to palm, or the right fist, and then the left palm wraps on top of it like rock, paper, scissors. Push into the hands so the shoulders turn. Back knee can be on or off the floor. And maybe you stay here, you can find a bind with the arms going around that front leg, or working it into the side crow split, so the hands down to the floor, and sit onto the arms, so that front leg, bum is by your left elbow, and the leg is resting onto the right elbow, so the feet can tip up and straighten out. Come back into the lunge. Lifting up through the hands, take a breath in. Exhale, roll through the vinyasa. So from your downward dog, we come back into pinch Namastasana for around 10 breaths. So you can either take the forearms to the floor if you have a block, maybe block between the fingertips. You can work from dolphin and just start to lift the legs up, maybe practicing little hops. You can rest. If you need new drills or anything to work into, let me know. If you're floating, try to look back towards the back of the mat. So look through the arms, get the chest through. And then just let the gaze drop down from there. If you're up in the pose, try different legs. You can bring maybe Baddha Konasana legs, soles of the feet together, knees open. Find eagle wrapping of the legs. Start to make your way back down. Awesome. Come into child's pose, just take a breath. Come back into downward facing dog. So from here, just shorten your downward dog stance. You're going to jump your hands back to the toes at the back of the mat, one sweep. Peace fingers grab the big toes. Push the big toes into the fingers to pin them into the floor, elbows wide, and fold the forehead in towards the legs. Release the toes, bring the hands to the floor in front of you. Lift up as high as you can onto the tiptoes. So think rocking the weight forwards, come right up onto the very points of the toes, scrunch up the fingers, and then see if you can jump the feet open to as wide as the mat. Take the hands forwards a pace, come right up onto the tiptoes there, and jump the feet back into the middle. With as much hover time as you can. So hands nudge forwards, lead into them, jump the feet out. Hands forwards, lean into them, jump the feet in. Come all the way back up to the top of the mats. And then you can do this without wall if you want to. I find it terrifying, so come to a wall if you wish. Just taking handstand hops. So squatting into the leg. It doesn't matter if today your handstand hops look like this. Still building strength through the legs and the back. If you can, you find a hover. So you hop up, try and get the hips over the shoulders. Finding the catch point. Use that scrunching of the fingers. If you can, try to land it into crow. So make sure both feet are trying to hop at the same time. I know it feels horrible. Good. Rest your arms. Time has gone so quickly. So I want to add in a little hollow back. So this will be a handstand option again. You can do this in pincher if you want to. If you don't want to do this upside down, then practice your puppy pose. Taking one leg up and then the other leg up. If the chest is flat to the ground, practice taking two legs up. So this is the same feeling as you'll be upside down. If you want to take that first, then you can do. I'll show you first the hollow back. Kind of a bit of trial and error with how far you need to be away from the wall. So kind of like your back distance. So about 2 foot is usually around the right sort of space. Hopping the feet to the wall. Let your bum sit back to the wall. So you walk the feet down a little bit and try and sit into the wall so gaze comes through the arms. And back out again. Give it a go if you want to, or that extended puppy. If you have questions, let me know. Beautiful, Roxy, nice. Good, Nate. Bring your chest to the floor and extend both legs if you can. It's horrible on shoulders. Good, wherever you are, start to work your way back to the mat, ease out of it. Just thinking for time, I want to work into a side crow balance. So finding a squat in the middle of the mat. If you can kind of come long ways on the mat, so you have hands either side. So on the tiptoes, lift the knees, bring the hands to the heart center, just find a moment of balance. Good. So drop your hands over to the left side of the mat. Use your right elbow to push the knees towards the other side. Just holding that twist. Lean your nose towards the floor a little. Lift up through the center, take the hands over to the right side of the mat. Use your left elbow to push the knees away. Plant the hands to the floor. The fingers are facing the way that you're turning to. Lean the nose to the floor. Lift back up through the center, bring the hands over to the left. So this time you either keep repeating the same drill and the body will get more used to it each time. If you're ready to progress onto the next one, then take the next option. So your hands come to the floor, lift your hips up and swing your bum to sit down onto that left elbow. So in the twist, you lift the hips up and swing it down. From there, lean the nose forwards and maybe you find a float up at the toes. So it's a double elbow side crow. Awesome. Even if you have a more confident with this asana, sometimes it's good to kind of break it down again, just to kind of clean up little moments of it. Notice where we cheat into the ones we like doing. Take the hands over to the right, try it that side as well. So the hands are down. So lift up your bum. Bum sits down towards the right elbow. The left elbow is under more the knee side of the thigh and tip the toes up. If that's working for you, you can try extending them. So you can try one elbow. So obviously like a seesaw, if you're using two, you want one elbow either side of your thigh. If you're using one elbow, your back elbow will be free. It's the front elbow. So if the hands are to the left of the mat, your right elbow will be more in the center of the thigh for balance. Hands to the floor. So your bum lifts, your left elbow is winging free, so do it sideways. And the toes lift. You're just balancing on the left elbow. See if then you can straighten the legs. So whether you're doing double or one elbow, so you can straighten the legs forward so you come to see your toes. Get a bit of a sports massage in your IT band as well there. Change sides, try both. Other side. So if you're using the one elbow, it'll be your left elbow in the middle of that thigh. Take the weight forwards. Keep that right elbow off the legs but hugging in. So you can straighten the legs. Good, nice. Falling out of it. From there, you can build up. So like we did in that wild thing earlier when we dropped onto the forearm, so you can come into more of a funky side crow. So if you're taking the one elbow option, watch this. Actually haven't done this in a while, so see how this goes. So as you lift the legs up, as you straighten the legs out, your free elbow drops to the floor. So you swing it round and drop into the elbow. And then swing it back up again. It was really hard. Try that. So if the left elbow is on the thigh, take the right hand forwards of you. So as you lower the elbow down, the elbow will land in line with the palm. As you straighten the legs, drop the weight back into that elbow. Yoga breakdancing. Good stuff. It's a fun one. From there, come back to center. Hold straight, bring the hands to heart center, roll the wrists out. Slowly drop onto your back. Lengthen the legs out in front of you, reach the arms up, take a big breath in. Exhale to forward fold. Slowly rolling back up again. Roll the shoulders down. Bring your right leg in towards you. Interlace the hands together and lift that heel up in front so the leg stays bent. Lift the leg further up if we can so the forehead draws in towards the shin. Keep flexing out through both feet. Lifting up as straight as you can through lower back. Slowly bend this right leg. Tuck this left foot in, so it's kind of starting towards a cross-legged position. Take this right foot to the floor in front of it, and like you're going to swim forwards, keep the arms out in front so the hands come to the floor, and this knee is on the tricep of the right arm. Lift up, catching it into a one-leg crow, so the right leg is on the right arm, and then tuck the left knee in towards the body. Try and clamp both knees around the right arm. So right arm has the leg and left knee in towards the chest. It's like a gateway pose, so you can transition it from here up into Ekapada or through the middle. Good, don't overthink it. Start to come back down again. Without using the hands, lengthen both legs out in front of you through Navasana, boat pose. Straighten the legs, plant both legs down. Inhale to lift up through the body. Exhale to forward fold. Couple of deep breaths. Slowly rolling yourself back up. Bend the left knee, interlace the hands around the left foot like a stirrup. Lift the foot up to 90 degrees, keep the leg so your back up straight. And then maybe lengthen up a little bit further, but without losing your back. So don't let your back slump into the ground. Pull the forehead in towards the shin, stay active through both legs. Slight bend in this knee. Tuck the right foot in without holding it if you can, so you're sat onto it a little bit more. So the left foot is going to just step down in front of the leg. Let it just drop to the floor. Swing the arms forwards, lift up your bum, hands to the ground. So now your left shin is on the left arm. Take the weight forward, so you come right up off these left toes first, the left foot floats. And then tuck the right knee in towards your chest and see if you can clamp it onto that left arm. Squeeze it in. Yeah, awesome. Come back down to the floor, lengthen the legs out, take a breath in, lift the arms up. Reach the hands out in front of you, slowly roll down to your back. Reach the arms back behind you, take a big breath in. And a full breath out. Bend the knees so the feet are to the floor, bring the arms to the sides of the body. Coming into a bridge pose, so either arms out to the sides, or you can grab hold of the ankles, Or if you can, grab hold of, when you're up in your bridge pose, bring the hands to the inside of the ankles, the shoulders tuck underneath, and you can pull yourself into the feet a little bit more. Give it a try. Come on to the tiptoes if you can, walk the shoulders closer to the feet. Stay straight and long through the back of the neck. Slowly reverse the way that you came, whichever kind of variation you're in. Roll the spine to the floor. You can either take another bridge pose, or if you want to take a full wheel, if your back is feeling okay, take the hands back behind you. I'll build you into it. If wheel is a completely new pose to you, this is probably not the time to give it a go, but you can build from your bridge pose into it. So feet nice and close to the body, palms are to the floor with fingers turned back to face your shoulders. Roll up the hips through your bridge pose and see if you can just get a sense of pushing into the floor so the back of the head stays on the ground if you're taking the kind of compromise with it, but shoulders lift. You don't want all the weight dropping into your head, so make sure it's the arms doing the work. Eventually having the strength then to push all the way up and have a sense then of your chest reaching through the arms. If you're in full wheel, try walking the feet maybe a bit closer to your hands or hands a bit closer to your feet. If you want the tiptoes, lift up one leg and then switch if you want to. Slowly, wherever you are, working your way down. Bring the knees into your chest. And then one last inversion, whatever you want to do. So you can take another wheel pose if you want to. Try lifting a leg and then the other, or lifting one hand and then the other. You can take a headstand, you can take a pincher, you can take a handstand, shoulder stand, just legs up. Anything where you are inverted, you decide. If you want help with anything, let me know. Shavasana with your feet on a cushion is technically an inversion as well, if that's your option. Try to hold for about 5 breaths to 10 breaths, whichever pose you're in. Slowly start to work your way down. Bring yourself onto your backs again. Knees into the chest. Find a twist, any variation of legs. You can take eagle wrapping of the legs or legs just flopping down nice and easy. Either side, try to keep the shoulders rooted. And really deeply flush the breath through the abdomen so it reaches that full intra-abdominal pressure of the breath, belly, ribs, and back. Lifting the knees through the center, taking them down to the other side, in your twist, variation, wherever you want to be. Bring the knees back to the center. And lengthen out into your Shavasana or any variation of. So if it's more comfortable for your back to keep the knees bent and allow the knees to stay bent. Take a deeper couple of breaths, really slow the breath down as quickly as you can settle it. Consciously slowing your breath down allows the heart rate to slow down. Just balancing that yang energy in the body back into harmony. Really important to take even just a short Shavasana at the end of a rocket session or dynamic practice. And when you're ready to, take another longer inhale, reaching the arms back behind you, find a full body stretch out. Bring the knees in towards your body, hugging them in towards you again, just rocking side to side on your back. Either roll yourself to one side or take a gentle rock through to seated. Finding either Sukhasana or half lotus or full lotus, any way you want to be sat. And same arms as we open the practice with. So take the back of the hands to fold over the knees, connect the index finger to thumb, straight through the arms, straight through the spine, shoulders down, spine is tall. Let's drop the head to one shoulder, feel the stretch down the side of the neck. Roll the chin to the chest, take the head across to the other shoulder, feel the stretch down the side of the neck. Chin towards the chest, keep the rest of the spine tall, just keep the chin low. Breathing really open into the chest space, that you're puffing the chest out. Bring to mind one thing that you can feel grateful for today. Acknowledge something that you really like about yourself today. And recognize something that you gained or released from getting to your yoga mat today. Bring the hands to the heart center, closing that into the heart space. Take a full inhale. And as you exhale, bow to the hands. Thank you guys, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got a couple of minutes over, sorry. If anyone has any where they need to dash off to. Nate's still going, it's hardcore. Thank you guys, lovely to see you all.
Bye.
Bye, Izzy.
Thanks, Pippi. Thanks so much.
When everyone's sent out.
Bye. Love you.
Love you too. Can you come into baby crow from there, Nate? Just child's pose. Butt to camera pose. Awesome. I'm gonna sign off, but keep playing as you wish to. Bye guys, lovely to see you.